Welcome back to Midnight, Moonlight by Old and in the Way. So we're talking about Old and in the Way. We're talking about the banjo roll in the intro arranged for the guitar. We're also playing the chords, which is the A for the verse and chorus. Here's the E. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 𝗵𝗵𝗂𝗀𝗃, and then B minor, E major, and then D heads back to G. Push back to the A for the second time around the verse, and then E major, da da da, B minor, da 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 da, and then before we talk about jumping into the chorus, we just walk through that F sharp minor bar chord and just outline it, let it rip, unfurl it, and then when we get to the D, we just palm mute so we can clearly and cleanly walk up to the G chord. Let's take a quick look at that banjo roll, shall we? Fret 3 and on the B and fret 6 on the G string, and we're using a sweep picking technique. Very slow and controlled so that we're not rushing from one string. You know, we're actually going in a glide, a very smooth, slow motion, and we're not going any further beyond that G string than we have to, because we're going to turn right around and go to the open B string right away, because we're using that 3rd fret, 6th fret, open up the B string, get right down to frets 2 on the G string and 2 on the B string, and then open high E, finger it like that, and we'll pick it like this, with a downstroke on fret 2 on the G string, up, and we're going through that sweep picking technique there, with a downstroke back on the high E string, and then we follow through. After that, we come down on that rake, and then a downstroke, and then 2 notes are upstroked with another rake, and then we go back to another rake to begin that cycle again. And you could use just this, straight cross-picking technique where every single thing on a downbeat is covered by a downstroke, and every single thing with an upstroke is covered, or an upbeat is covered by an upstroke. So that would look like this. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, up, down. Or you could do that, a more advanced. As long as we can get the timing right and the tone right, it doesn't really matter what the picking hand technique is. So we're just thinking, in terms of really simple 𝗵𝗵𝗃 pattern for the verse, just to get through it clear. And then B minor, and then back to E, and then D goes up to G. So what I do is I think, try to find the melody on the guitar. And then that melody just kind of happens through the A major pentatonic scale, which I'm going to use. I'll outline this really quickly for us right now because it's worth checking out. Open A, fret 2, fret 4, open fret 2 on the D, fret 4 on the D, and then finger 1. That's the first octave of the A major pentatonic in open position. And then I'd use my second finger because I'm going to slide my way right out of that position up into position number 5. And And you can see if I use my second finger, I'm setting up my first finger for 5th fret, which I do. 5, 7, and then 5 on the top. And then we could use that, you know, fingers 1, 3, and 4 to get 5, frets 5, 7, and 9. The old New England telephone melody, that's pretty cool. But when we descend that pattern, we're sliding down, or I'm sliding down anyway, with the same finger that I used to slide up for the sake of organizational structure and just remembering the pattern, you know? So up with the middle finger, down with the middle finger, and then I'm transitioned back to position number 2. So I'm therefore using fingers 1, 3, and 1 again. And then we can go down below the scale, and we can grab fret number 2 on the low E string, because those 2 notes are members of the A major pentatonic, as you may or may not know. So 1, we'll talk in terms of scale degrees now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It sounds like we're trying to count in like Monty Python language, the Holy Grail language. We've got that 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then 1 way up top here. But we want to be sure that we descend those things if we ascend. If we take the time to ascend those scales, we want to definitely practice those up and down. Also to note that the chorus section actually turns from A major to D major, right? That's so it's worth noting how to play D major right here in open position. Open D, where D major will be open 2, 4, finger fret numbers now or whatever. So open 2, open, and then 2, and then 3. That's the first octave. You could use open B or fret 4 on the G string to make that B note happen. It's up to you. If you were playing Love Song by 𝗃𝗃, you'd want to use fret 4 on the G string. So here we go. And then moving above the octave is D, E, F sharp, G, A. And then descending back down to the D. And then descend all through the rest of the notes in the D major scale, using the rest of the notes in that are available to D major in open position right here. So that would look like this: open D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So the reason we're talking about that, because the melody goes right there in the open position, we start going back to that little banjo roll a couple of times, and then we hold there, and then we start with the verse pattern again, a couple bars of A, and then E, and then up to B minor, and then E, and then D, back to A. You could put these little stops or breaks in the song. Could add a nice dramatic effect. Right here, when we get to the F sharp minor, we're just going to let it unfurl and go down to D and choke it out. Walk up to the G and the D. Here we are with we could start maybe keeping that chord progression in mind and maybe work on soloing over the song a little bit if you want. And you could use the A major pentatonic. Just play the open A major pentatonic and the D major pentatonic over the song as I play through. Even if you're walking through the scale with me while we just do this briefly, it will help our ears to tonicize and like locate where those notes really want to go. So just by playing through the scale while I'm playing this backing track for you right here in this guitar lesson, you can benefit from that if you want. If not, I wish you well and thank you for visiting today. And until next time, happy picking. But if you're sticking around, let's do it. I'm just going to use A, so you can use A major pentatonic if you'd like. Da, 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 da. Maybe sing the melody or play the melody on your guitar. Da, 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 ba, da, ba, da, 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 So anything that you can sing, theoretically, we can play on the guitar. Da 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 dum da 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 da. All right, so we can find that all with A major pentatonic. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So thanks very much for hanging out with me today. I certainly enjoy the song. I've been loving playing this song for a long time. It's a wonderful tune, and if you liked this song, you'll like this video here. And thank you so much for visiting today. I invite you to visit us every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard for our morning ritual for guitar growth, which happens every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. for the entire year of 2025. And it's all about huge growth for guitar. So I'll see you there. All right, it's free. Until we meet again, happy picking.